Hi guys, welcome to the second video of the video series on oracles in blockchain. So in the first video, we covered what oracles are in blockchain, why do they exist, and some of the use cases of oracles in the real world. And in this one, we'll talk about the different types of oracles that exist. So let's quickly jump into it. So the first category of blockchain oracles are hardware versus software oracles. So as you might have guessed from the name itself, software oracles are oracles that extract data from software. Let's say, for example, they could be fetching data from online website, they could be fetching data from a database or some digital APIs. And this is like the most common type of oracle that we use. Some of the examples are, let's say you're trying to fetch the price feed data for a certain cryptocurrency. Another example could be you're fetching weather related data from a weather digital API, so on and so forth. Now, the next category is the hardware oracles. So, the hardware oracles are the oracles that fetch the real world data via hardware. What I mean by that is there could be some IoT sensors, or there could be like a RFID sensor that is being used. So, this type of oracle you will see most prominently in the supply chain use case. So, let's say you want to track the pharmaceutical products. What I mean is, let's say you want to track medicines. Let's say if they're stored at a particular temperature or not. In that case, you might be using all these IoT sensors and hardware devices. So this is one category. Moving on, we have this other category of oracles called centralized versus decentralized oracle. So this is also pretty easy from the name. So centralized oracles are oracles which are fetching data from a single source of truth. And whenever I say the term single source of truth, what should come to your mind is it's not reliable. What if the source of truth is not giving me correct data? Or what if the source of truth goes down? So it's super important for us to not use centralized oracles. And why I'm saying that, since blockchain are decentralized in nature themselves, we don't want to be introducing a concept to solve problems in blockchain space that is centralized, which defeats the purpose of blockchain and decentralization itself. So still the centralized oracles exist, like it's like a category, but they have to be used with caution. Now the next one is, as you might have guessed, is decentralized oracle, where the data is being fetched from multiple sources and they really ensure that the data is accurate. So remember in the first video I was talking about how do you ensure that the data is correct and it's not corrupt. So in most of the use cases you will see the company is using decentralized oracles because they're not relying on a single entity. And there are certain companies that have done like a really good job to make it easy for you to just use decentralized oracles. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel and create a new one. I'll show a demo for some of that in the coming videos. Stay tuned for that. So moving on, then we have this category of inbound versus outbound oracles. So again, inbound means the data that is coming from the external world to the blockchain. Like we're talking about the price feed data or the weather data or the exchange rate data. And this again is most common. And the second type is the outbound oracles. These are the oracles that transmit data from the blockchain to the external world. So let's say you want to do some event in the external world based on the result of your smart contract. Let's say you want to pay out somebody when certain conditions in smart contract are met. So that's where you will use outbound oracles. And then we have this concept of human oracles. So basically what it means is if there are certain situations where human expertise are needed, or like let's say where the computation or the results are not known and it's very specific to a human, in that case we use human oracles. Then we also have this concept of cross-chain oracles, which are basically oracles that interact with different blockchain networks. And it's that is also like the need of the hour, right? So these are some of the major categories of oracle, and I hope it was clear. And we'll see some of these in action in the demo. Definitely the decentralized one that we'll see. So I hope this was useful. For watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.